Okay, hello and welcome to this episode of Fresh Perspective. And today I want to talk about responsibility, how taking responsibility for 4 specific areas can make a major difference in your life. And I know that responsibility is not a very sexy topic, and it might feel like boring or whatever, but stick with me and I'll show you how responsibility can actually make you and help you make major shifts in your life and get what you actually want to where you want to be, especially dealing with unwanted emotions, unwanted feelings of failure, or feeling like I should have been further by now, or feeling like why can't things work out for me. Anything along those lines and more. All right, so for me, the main thing about taking responsibility is knowing how to do that and what to take responsibility for. Many people don't know how to take responsibility, and they develop what's called the victim mentality. And the victim uses things like, if only. If only I had more time, more money, more self-discipline, then I would be able to achieve more and reach my goals. If only my spouse or parents or kids or friends were more supportive or understanding or connected or not so rebellious or whatever, then I would be able to feel happier and work on myself, or give myself more time or attention and love, and become healthier and have the relationship that I want, or have the career that I want. They also use statements like, I can't because, I would but. All those kind of statements and blaming and shifting responsibility actually paralyzes us and keeps us in a place where we're not able to go for the things we truly want. And the only way to move out of that is to understand what you actually should take responsibility for. So when you blame and you're in the victim mentality, it's always about someone else or something else. So because of that, I'm not able to. But if you shift the focus to these 4 areas, you develop a master's mindset. And what I mean by master is the master of your own destiny, of your own life, and the master of your own state of being, your whole state, and the way you operate every day. And here are the 4 areas that I think we absolutely must take responsibility for to be able to have a happy and fulfilling life. Here they are. You should take responsibility for your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Often, we focus on other people's beliefs, other people's thoughts, their emotions, their actions. And when you invest time and energy in those things, it means you have less time and energy to invest in yourself, in the things that you actually have control over, in the things that actually help you achieve what you want and where you want to be and where you want to go. So here they are. I want to write them down. Beliefs, thoughts, emotions, your feelings, emotions, and actions. When you take complete responsibility for that and invest time and energy in that, then you start to untap and develop your potential. Focusing on someone else and what they're doing and not doing doesn't tap into your potential. So having a master's mindset actually means stepping up and demanding more of yourself. Challenging yourself to believe things that actually empower you instead of believing things that limit you and stop you from getting what you want. Challenging yourself to think in different ways, to develop the kind of thinking that solves problems instead of the kind of thinking that is always looking for problems and pointing them out and putting problems into words. That's a problem, that's a problem. Looking for solutions. And it enables you to have the kind of emotions that you want. Instead of feeling frustrated and stuck because you're focusing on the things, people, events that you cannot control, you focus on what you can. And that causes us, in the end, to take action, to move towards the things we actually want. And I'm guilty of having the victim mindset as well. So we all kind of swing between these two, but the more we practice on how to take responsibility, the more we develop the master's mindset. So creating this kind of content is something that I've wanted to do a long time, and then I start and I stop and I do something, I stop and I do something, I stop. So now I've demanded more of myself. I've stepped up, I focus on what I can control. And I want to share 28 videos in 28 days. So it's not only the videos, it'll be a podcast and it'll be a blog as well. Because I want to be that kind of person that takes all the things that I learn and also develop the skills to share it with other people. So here's another take on what responsibility does for us. If we accept and take completely responsibility for our circumstances, for our beliefs, thoughts, emotions, actions, then we are able to develop the skills necessary to work through the obstacles and problems that stop us from having what we want. So I want to try and say that again. So when we take responsibility, we are able to develop the skills necessary to solve our problems, to solve the things that stop us from having what we truly want. So here's what the master mindset does. Instead of the if only, the master asks better questions. If you ask great questions, you get great answers. And if you get great answers, you're able to take great action. Bad questions get bad answers and does not lead to action. It leads to being paralyzed and always looking around at what other people's doing or not doing. So here's what it sounds like when you have the master's mindset. You ask questions like, how can I make more money if money is the problem? How can I manage my time better if time's the problem? So here, both of those is about developing skills. What are the skills that I need to have a better relationship, to be healthy, or to change my career? Where can I find those skills? Who has those skills already? Who's done something similar? Who do I look up to or see like, yeah, look at that. They have everything that I want. So the victim will look at someone that's successful in a specific area, and they'll say, yeah, see, if only I was like that or had that then. But the master goes like, what are they doing? How can I learn from them? And extracts that information and uses it to develop and tap into their own potential. So it also changes some statements into, I can't, but I can, whatever. If you cannot do X, then find the Y that you can do. What's something that you can do? I cannot set up a podcast and video and interviews at the moment, but I can share videos like this and work on my skill to present in front of a camera. And some of the things that stopped me in the past and still very challenging to push through and work past is the way I sound on camera and the way I look on camera. When I look back and when I edit the video and upload, it's like, it looks weak. Who's going to listen to this? Well, I don't know. But that doesn't matter at the moment. I'm working towards something that I truly want. I'm taking responsibility to develop the skills necessary to work through the obstacles and challenges, like the voice and the presentation and looking comfortable and natural in front of a camera. Things like that. Okay. So my question to you is, what are some common things that you know people in the victim mentality, in that victim state, use What do they say that stop them from getting what they truly want? And please write them down in the comments below. I want to look at that and expand my knowledge as well. Maybe you've come across things that I haven't come across, and that helps sets my mind into action to think about, okay, how can I help this person change their mindset? What should the focus rather be? So please, 2 things. Write down some of the things that you've come across or can think of that people say when they're in that victim state. If only I want to, but whatever that is. And write down some great questions or statements that you've had or you've heard other people say that's in that master mindset, that's taking full responsibility for these 4 areas and helping themselves move forward. If you found this helpful, please comment, please subscribe, please like and share, whatever. And thank you for joining me on this episode of Fresh Perspective, where we take another look at life. And remember that if you can change your mind about anything, you can change your life. All right, until next time, bye-bye.